Our next guest went viral after turning tragedy into inspiration. Take a look.
My name is Travis Gilmore. I'm 23 years old. I'm an advocate for spinal cord injuries and disabilities through my content creation on TikTok and Instagram. On March 11th, 2020, I was goofing around with some of my baseball friends after practice. I picked up one of my friends, lost my balance, and hit my head. I tried to move my arms, tried to get up, couldn't move, and that's when I said to my friends, I'm paralyzed. I underwent an 8-hour surgery to fuse my C4 through C6 vertebrae. 2 days after my injury, my lungs collapsed on me. I felt like my life was over. I couldn't eat, I couldn't talk, I couldn't drink anything. Just had to sit there and look at my parents and my friends lifeless. 2 weeks out of the ICU, I got transferred to a rehabilitation center. And that's when I started to flip the page and be like, this is the time to get your life back. A lot of the little things that we take for granted is what I had to start out with, trying to relearn how to do again. Started doing therapy about 8 hours a day and finally started to get in my head like, hey, we're getting there. We're gonna get over this hump. So now I live by myself, drive myself, and cook everything for myself. In 2022 is when I started posting videos. I started showing people how I do things as a quadriplegic and showing people how I cook with paralyzed hands. I'm just looking for ways that I can help inspire people.
You have truly inspired all of us so much, right, guys? Wow. So, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. I'm about 6 years out from my injury now, and I'm at the Hudson show, so life couldn't be better.
Come on! The first thing I want to know, because we're all about positive energy here, where do you get your positive attitude from?
Definitely my parents.
Yes.
My parents have been like my rock ever since I was born, and then especially after my injury, it's just been like one of those bonds that you can't break. It's just, they've shown me how to act as a man and how to, you know, be able to like come back from this type of injury. It's definitely been my parents, family, all of them.
That is beautiful. Tell us, what has been some of the hardest parts of your recovery journey?
There's been a lot. There's so many things that come with living with a spinal cord injury. I'd say like kind of the main parts would just be seeing people doing things that you wish you could be doing. Like when I first got injured, that was one of the hardest parts for me, is like seeing my friends going out, having fun and like doing things where I'd have to be home doing therapy. So that's kind of like the main part, was just hard on me. But now it's just, I would say, just getting around, trying to do the things I love, but that's not stopping me, you know.
It's clearly not stopping you because you're still going through it all. And what was a turning point for you?
You know, the turning point, I was in the ICU, and that's when the lungs collapsed, and then I had to go through a couple weeks there and then got sent to the rehabilitation center, and that's kind of where I had figured out where I could finally be able to breathe on my own. I got the tube taken out of my throat. I got to be able to eat on my own, drink water. It's like one of those things that you take for granted. And I finally got to be able to do that again, and that's kind of like where it like flipped my switch, where, you know, you can see like the light at the end of the tunnel, where it's like, okay, we have a chance here to make our life better.
Yes, you can, and you have, and you are. Now, what I want to know from you is, what made you want to start posting videos?
So kind of in the beginning, I just wanted to like share my story of like what happened to me. You know, a lot of my friends obviously saw what happened to me, but I kind of wanted to see how much of outreach I could get. And so from there, I got a little bit of traction on a couple videos. They're kind of like sad. You know, I was like, you know, I'll see how they do. And they did good, and I got a good response from it. And I was like, okay, maybe this is like something I want to do now. And I started doing that, and I had more people reach out to me and be like, hey, like, you really inspired me, or like, hey, you helped me. And that's kind of like, that's what meant the most to me. You know, like, a lot of people talk about like the followers and all that stuff, but to me, it's being able to like inspire people or help someone out.
Wow, because you really are. So I'm sure you're like, wow, I've done this much. What's the biggest like milestone you've hit in your journey so far?
I mean, there's been a good amount. Recently, I'm about to graduate from Texas A&M University in May, so.
Oh, yes.
That's been one of my biggest milestones. So now I've been able to get back to skiing. I've been able to do jet skiing.
That is amazing. I think you're a superhero.
Thank
You could tell us. You are. Your happy place is here. What was your favorite part? Drop it in the comments and subscribe to help keep the joy coming.